Mommy Ivy or Brother Donald, whatever they call you people, you will leave my house today.
The result of bad blood in a tug of war between tenants and landlords over sometimes trivial matters is a common problem experienced in this part of the world. Mr. Anthony's sister and her husband, the Donalds, were recently sucked into a bitter altercation with their landlord, who claimed that they were too noisy, dirty, and downright diabolical. This fiasco resulted into their prompt eviction from their residence. The Anthonys were unintentionally dragged into their dilemma as Mr. Anthony's sister and her husband and their two kids decided to lay low in their place for the time being till they are able to sort out their challenge with accommodation. Though shocked by this unexpected and quite frankly insensitive decision of theirs, he had to put up with them for the sake of familiar bond.
But people are wicked, just like that.
Since their arrival, their privacy has suffered a couple of interruptions.
He's expecting something.
Sir, good evening. Are you hungry?
And the limited space in the house, coupled with increased number of children, has gradually turned the house to a noise factory, much to his discomfort.
What's the meaning of all this noise? Juliet, can't I have peace for once in my house? Making noise with all these children everywhere. Let this not repeat itself again. Do you hear me? My in-law, I want to truly appreciate.
All these have instigated his family decision to rent a 2-bedroom apartment for the Donalds as a way of fast-tracking their move to their own abode. Yet, to his greatest surprise, his offer was turned down on the grounds that the offered apartment isn't spacious enough, as they intend to start a small-scale business in the residence they intend to rent when they have funds. Mr. Donald even had the effrontery to suggest he either get them a bigger apartment or volunteer their late parents' house as an alternative, since the place is empty and not in use. His wife's nerves are frayed by her in-laws' insensitive attitude, and her patience is at its limit. Over a month into the Donald's unscheduled arrival into their home, and his wife can no longer tolerate their stay.
You don't know how much effort I have put in to ensure that they relocate fast. But yet
She has given him an ultimatum to either ask them to leave her home or she will relocate with their kids to France, where her siblings and parents reside.
they have to go.
How should he handle this issue?
point once again. I have two guests to join me on today's celebration, and just on my left is Reverend Victor Ekpe. He's a senior pastor of Church of God Mission International, Dominion Palace, Water Resources, Delta State. Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much.
It's good to have you on set.
Nice to be here again.
And on my far left is Pastor Kester Igodalu. He's the senior pastor of Reality Ministries, Warri, Delta State. He's also the CEO of Kestek Solutions ICT, Warri, Delta State. Welcome.
So good to be here again.
Just said, it's nice to have you around, sir. Okay, so we are just going to continue from the conversations that we had last week. And if you couldn't watch it, you could go on our YouTube channel to view it right now. The YouTube channel is showing right there on the screen right now. So, Pastor Kester, you were about to say, and I said you should hold on, let's ask the question. So the question actually is, you know, when unexpected guests refuse to go, how do you tell them to go? Or even expected guests that came for 2 weeks holiday. We've had people, cases where people come for 2 weeks holiday and 2 years they're in your house. They've rented a bedroom flat inside your own house. So, and that led to what you, that also, you know, it connects what you're saying about the purpose of someone being in your house. So when that purpose, you know, or that time frame expires, how do you handle it?
Simple. Very simple. Now, I like to personalize it. Somebody comes to my house and you say you're coming for 2 weeks and I give you grace. You stayed for 3 weeks. I extended the grace.
Extra grace.
You are not staying for 1 month. And I'm not comfortable with it. My wife is not comfortable with it. See, I'll come to you straight. In as much as I wouldn't want to hurt your feelings, but you should understand that you're already hurting people's feelings. The first thing I would do is approach you politely. I wouldn't push you out or carry your things and throw them out. But see, you said you were staying for 2 weeks. I have been expecting you to come and tell us that you're about to go, but we have waited for long and you have not showed up. That's why I'm coming. Your presence is already causing some ripples, and I think it's that time that you leave us.
So as simple as that.
See, there are times if you get too political and too diplomatic about some issues, you cause more problems. There are times you just have to go blunt. Go and eat the meal and the egg.
Okay.
You tell the person.
Victor, are you with him on that? I mean, what if it's obvious that this person does not actually have anywhere to go?
And that's a different case scenario. There are some people they just see they have this entitlement mentality. They just
house.
believe, yes, it's my brother's house. And sometimes I'm using it against your wife, like, you know, this is my brother's house. This is my So you look at the scenario. This person, what would somebody come to your house to do and decide to redeem? Why would somebody come to your house and not? Any of the same person would, if it's a visitor, would come visit, and when it is time to go, we want to go.
So,
but if now there's a situation where I need to give the person consideration, that one is a different case entirely. But the question you asked me,
I have a life experience.
Okay.
When we got married, 2004. Okay, 6 months. I got the house. Just a small BQ. It has 2 rooms and then 1 smaller room and then bedroom and just something like that. So I rented the house 6 months before wedding, and so I called a friend to come and be staying with me because I just wanted extra protection. But I don't want to do premarital sex, so I wanted extra protection. So I told a friend, come and stay with me before marriage. Now this guy came, he stayed, and then he rented the place by himself, just like you said. And he just, that small corner, he just arranged that small corner like. So I was watching him by the day. It's looking like, even though my wedding was approaching, because the deal was a day or 2 before wedding, you can go back to where you came from. But the guy didn't want to go back again. So I had to tell him 2 days before marriage. I said, guy, you should be. And he was like, he used some words I cannot forget. He said I've scattered his life. Why am I asking him to go now? I've scattered his life.
And you guys had this conversation 6 months ago.
We had a conversation. He said I've scattered his life.
And you talked about
closed he closed the house he was living in before. I said, "Oh, you shouldn't have closed the house. I told you." He was whipping up emotions to make me feel wicked for throwing him out into nowhere. But I stood my ground. This is not what we discussed. That on my honeymoon night, this honeymoon I've been waiting for, that there'll be one brother in one corner there, I'm not going to have it. So I politely told him that, I'm sorry, you have to go and reopen that house. And so he left.
Even if that one doesn't exist again, there are other houses.
So you just have to tell the person.
Okay. Okay. So how do you do in-laws when you have your in-laws staying with you? Whether as much as whether you like it or not, there's always going to be a small in-law faction. When it's your own brother that's staying with you, it's easier. I mean, you guys grew up together. But when it becomes your sister's sibling, or for your wife, it becomes her husband's sibling. I think it's like treading on. You have to be very careful because the part you're not even sure. You don't want to offend the whole family and all of that. So, how do you deal with an in-law staying with you?
See, let me say something. If I forget. Now, must somebody stay in your house? Hold on. Somebody must not live with you. If you know that, because we are dealing with different kind of persons. Yes, I know different kind of persons are watching us. And if you know what will work best for you is if you and your wife stay alone. Don't try to be like Mr. B or Mr. C. Live in the house with your wife until your wife grows to a place where she's accommodating. As time goes on, some needs will erupt.
But sometimes you are the only solution to these people's problem.
There are ways you can solve people's problem without them coming to your house.
See, my brother,
you might not be
it's a two-way thing. See, it's a two-way thing. Sometimes our in-laws need us, and then many other times we need them so bad.
Thank you.
We've traveled, and in a lot of our travels abroad, we've seen how people suffer, how much they pay to have people come babysit for them. And so you just say, thank God I live in Nigeria, where I have my younger brother or my younger cousin or my wife. You just say thank God. But when you see what they pay, you thank God you live in Nigeria, where you can just have one brother, sister come to help you do these things that those people pay through their nose. They are paying and they are crying for what they are paying. So sometimes we can't run away from the fact that it is we that actually need them. You understand? Then at other times, they will be the one needing you. So you have to be careful so that it doesn't look like it's only when you need them that you want them to go. What if now this person needs you? So that sometimes they will come and you are blessed if your in-laws respect you. If your in-laws respect you from your history, while you are planning to get married, you have in-laws that respect you. Like in my own situation, from the history coming like this, all my in-laws, fortunately for me, I'm older than all of them. They respect me, they respect my person. It's easier. Because when they come, they give you that, they might even respect you more than their own sister, or as the case may be. You are blessed. But in some instances, some people find themselves in a situation where these in-laws don't regard them, don't have regards for them, and for one reason or the other, is that same in-law that wants to come and stay. You understand? So people have this kind of, because sometimes there's nobody to take care of the child for you, it's just that person that is coming. But you ask the question, how do we deal with that kind of situation? Now the Bible says we should live to cleave. Sometimes living so you can cleave might not be possible physically, but you can live to cleave in the mind. In the mind. In the mind, such that sometimes my wife and I will watch some Indian movies and we see that husband, wife, grandfather, grandmother, grandis, they all stay together. In that kind of situation, the husband and wife, they have to have the mindset that we are together here, but up in our head, we are cleaving. It's just me and you. So you have to have that training, that discipline up here, so that you know that you still find time to cleave. And then some other people too, based on the kind of problems that have come up, they tell themselves that, you know what, when it comes to my in-laws, my sisters, as per this and this and this, you handle it. When it comes to your own people, you handle it. Different people just do what works for them.
I think one thing that's reoccurring in what you people have been saying is the fact that we have to make these decisions before the problem comes in. We have to have these conversations before the problem comes in.
It's very important.
Okay, we're about to go on a break right now, and I hope you're actually learning. When we come back, we'll be helping this particular couple. While we're trying to help everybody, we also want to help this particular couple that have this problem. Please don't go anywhere. You're still watching Decisions. back to decisions. Now, while we've been trying to be more generic and help people generally, we want to help the couple in this, or the couples, as the case may be, in this particular situation. Do you think it was the right thing to do to have paid for a house for these other couples and letting them know and all of that?
I wouldn't do that. So I wouldn't do that. I will give them the nudge that they need to go get their own accommodation. I would like to get them involved. I can even offer that, okay, I can follow you guys just to go without their knowing, to go and pay for the house for them. I wouldn't like to do that. I don't think that's the right way to go about it. Even though the gesture is good, you can tell them that, okay, here is the money, go pay for the house. Because if you go pay for the house yourself, you are putting yourself into a triangle. Tomorrow if there are issues, they are calling you, the tripartite, so you don't need to put yourself in that triangle. So that's why I wouldn't do that.
Okay. So Pastor Kester, I saw you nodding, so I think I'll just go on.
Yes,
okay. So but at this point now, they've gotten the house and has been rejected. You know, looking through the story and reading through it, it was looking more like this has been the plan all along to get the parents' house, that's the family house. It looks like it has been well thought of. So I want to ask you, at this point where the house has been rejected with so much effrontery to even ask for what they would want, what do you think this couple should do? Where do you think they should go from here? The Anthony studies.
The mistake has already been made by going to rent the apartment for them in a bid to expelling them from your house. That's not okay. Like you rightly said. Now, since they have a vision that they probably didn't communicate, that they need a family house. See, these persons are very, but they are very impossible human beings. For you to come to a person's house and you are dictating, you are in a situation of need, and you are dictating for the people, like you pay them the salary or you give them the money, to keep somewhere for you. Now you are in need. Now, if you are any sane family in the same situation would want to accept what is having, what they are receiving or what they are receiving temporarily, knowing that you will only be there for a while. And after a while, you get your feet together and you are out of that place again. So whatever you are being offered is a temporary solution. Even you're coming to that house, it's not meant to be a permanent situation. It's meant to be a temporary situation for you to like get shelter for a while. After which you sort yourself out. So to start dictating is a bad attitude. It's unacceptable. It's not right. Now you didn't build the family house for them, so you shouldn't be insisting that is the place you want to go to.
But the family house is not the Anthony's; it's for the parents. Do you understand?
Are you supposed to go and stay in your family's house after getting married? It's unreasonable. It's unreasonable.
So why are you suggesting
for the time that they have been with, if they are reasonable persons, so right? You know, we live in a world where we have different kind of human beings. Some people, they look sane, but they are not sane. Now, for the time that they had stayed in that couple's house, are supposed to have, figured out something. Because you can't come and stay in you are a family, you start living with another family, and you are comfortable. I don't know if you would be able to do that. I know God will never allow that happen to you. But then, would you be comfortable with your wife in another person's house? See, it is. I don't know. Those people, they need the mental check. They need mental check.
What would you have to add to what should they do now?
So you're talking about it's my house.
Yes.
Another family came to stay with us.
And they have rejected your offer.
They rejected my offer.
And now they want your wife's. They want your father's house.
They want my father's house.
Yes, so that's what's happening now. So your sister and her husband and her two children are in your house. They checked the house you gave them, told them that you should either get them a bigger house or you give them the keys to your father's house. Maybe your parents are no more and the house is empty.
So it depends on who they are to you. But personally, if I found myself in that situation, I would. It's unthinkable. It's unthinkable for them to be rejecting my offer. It's unthinkable. That house doesn't belong to them. I decide what I will do with that particular house. I decide. They don't have. They cannot be choosing. So at that point, I will just simply ask them to just leave my house. And I don't want to believe that they will say no, they are not leaving my house. I'll just ask them to just.
I must be like these guys can say no.
Since for me, since I am bent on letting them leave my house, I will look at the situation. If they are staying in the family's house, and I will just mention that the house is empty. If they are going there, is within my power, I will give them the key to the house. If I need to consult with several other persons before letting them go there, I'll consult with all the persons I need to consult.
So the danger in giving them the key to the family house is that if they go there, they can decide to stay there for life.
That is their own business.
No, but that house doesn't belong to them.
No. If in that case, they want to stay there and nobody stays there and do not disturb anybody. If they decide to live their lives there, I'll give them the key for them to go and stay there. Because they cannot continue living in my house. Their living in my house is constituting a problem. I've offered them a house. They don't want to accept the house. And there's a house they are liking.
And they are like your younger brother.
Yeah, like
I'll give them. For me.
Oh, if it's like your younger brother or your younger sister, let them go. Especially if you don't convert that particular house.
But as it stands right now, the house is as good as yours, because it's like you are the other brother, you're the man of the family, and then the keys are with you because the parents are.
If you give them that house,
there's a tenant that there's not going back.
Provided you don't have any ambition of going to inherit that house. Because if you have an ambition, if you have anything up in your mind that you want to move there tomorrow or whatever, it's a wrong move to give them that house. Because if you give them that house, they're not going to live there. They're going to be in that house, mess up that house. They can even sell off the house or whatever. So if you give them that house, that is what is likely to happen. So you have to make that decision now.
So right now we are agreeing on giving them the house.
The circumstances surrounding my giving them that house. If it is favorable to me, if it will be favorable to me, I will give them the house.
If it won't?
If it won't, then I would think of the best thing to do at that time. There must always be a way out.
Okay, because right now they are not leaving your house.
But the option is that they will leave my house definitely.
You said I'm not leaving.
We must not forget one thing.
We must not forget one thing. With God, nothing is impossible.
So we
go to your prayer room and pray them out of your house. They will respond to prayer.
That's the end of it, guys. We just brought it back.
Sometimes the answer doesn't come very fast.
But it will come.
You have to suffer long.
After the prayers, they will accept your 2-bedroom flat and say, brother, don't worry, we are going first.
Thank you so much. I think we have concluded unanimously decided on what to do. But we cannot actually, take out the place of prayers in situations like this. Especially when they have to do with families. They are going to be a family forever. Yeah. And somehow this issue is going to linger, even if it looks like it has stopped now, it's going to keep lingering in their hearts. I hope that if you're out there and you're going through anything similar, anything quite similar, you'll be able to get some wisdom and you can take a better decision right now. Thank you so much, Victor. It has been a wonderful 2 sessions with you. Thank you so much, Pastor Kester. It was really nice to have you in the studio. If you have to talk to any of them personally, you can reach out to them on the social media, on Facebook. Their Facebook address names are showing on the screen right now. Reach out to them. They'll be so glad to talk to you, and you can reach out to any of us in the Cliff Studio. We are also here for you. If you have any stories you want to share with us, you think you want to share with the whole world, send to our email address. We would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget that the decisions you make or fail to make can mar you or as well make you. Please do want to join us next week, same time, same station. My name is Bishop Yogebe. Thank you for joining us.
Lift your head up to the sky. God is ready for you.